Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to share with you the third build that I play for this league, which is Bleed Bow Slayer and doing the Perfect Agony version. So previously I played the crit version using Deadeye because Deadeye has that Rupture ascendancy. But now since they changed the they changed the ascendancy and move Rupture to become a support, and I decided to play a Slayer instead. And I have to say this might just be the most the perfected version of Bleed Bow that I played. And basically what it does is we're playing Bleed Bow, but at the same time we're using the newly updated Perfect Agony, which says here damage over time multiplier for ailment is equal to critical strike multiplier, and we stack as much critical multiplier as we can. Because, for example, this node cluster right here gives us 12, 12, 12, 36 dot multi. Here, lethality gives us 30, 10, and 10, 50 dot multi. And this one from the aggravate from the bleeding node right here gives us 30% crit multi and huge amount of increased critical chance. And the good thing about being able to crit for bow is here, these two nodes right here is basically the game changer for the build, because it gives a 25% chance to aggravate bleeding on targets you critically strike with attack. And basically how the new bleed works is that aggravate functions almost similar to the old rain of arrows, but except this time you don't need to inflict the ensnare debuff on one singular enemy, because you can basically do it with whatever attack that you have, and it will aggravate whatever bleeding that exists on the enemy. So that combined with Rupture will basically boost your bleed DPS by a lot, and it can easily get you to reach the dot cap. Because otherwise, for example, Aggravate, the problem with Aggravate is that the most reliable way to aggravate exists on the Gladiator ascendancy, but the Gladiator ascendancy only has like 3 main nodes for Bleed Bow, so it doesn't really fit with the archetype, because that's a wasted one ascendancy node for Gladiator. And instead we're using Slayer. This is because we're using Ralakash Impatient and Olisha's Delight. This is the same as the critical Bleed Bow that I played from the Deadeye last time, but this is because we're using Masterful Form. Masterful Form gives +1 to Frenzy Charge, and maximum endurance is equal to your Frenzy Charge. So you can just focus on stacking endurance charge. And if you can see from this build, we have 9 maximum charges. And given how strong endurance charge is for this league, this build is actually really tanky just from that alone. And because we also have where is it? Suppress spell damage and decent enough chunk of armor. So yeah, for a bow character, this is actually quite tanky. Okay, and then let's talk about the skill choice that we use. So actually, I'm not playing puncture, because usually most Bleed Bow character use puncture, but for this time around, I tinker around the POB, and I just found out about this skill, which is Tornado Shot of Cloudburst. And Tornado Shot of Cloudburst is, in my opinion, better than puncture, because puncture only shoot one arrow, and basically you need to solve the projectile behavior portion of puncture too. But for Tornado Shot of Cloudburst, you basically have an even better effectiveness of added damage than puncture. but the behavior portion is resolved already, because let me show you. Oh. So you see that, let me turn off Mana Forge Arrow first. Okay. You shoot a payload into the air, and then it explodes, and then shoot in a circular direction in an arrow nova like behavior. And this basically allows you to just randomly shoot in any area, and it will hit all of the enemy inside that area. This is also because we're using a +1 projectile, so you should be able to see that this skill can clear like so well with this what to say, projectile behavior compared to just a normal puncture. Normal puncture, you need to link it with GMP, or well, at least GMP to actually resolve the projectile behavior portion. And for me, it's better to just spend it on that supposed GMP, not on another extra DPS gem. And for the clear, we're using, where is it? Here, Split Arrow of Splitting. This is another bow skill that has a high effectiveness of added damage. And let's read from the PoE wiki. Okay, here normal version Split Arrow has 142% effectiveness of added damage, but Split Arrow of Splitting have 160. And actually, from behavioral wise, for me, Split Arrow of Splitting is much better, because when projectile splits, it auto targets the nearby enemy, and it can also do some what did you say, ricochet of wall from invisible angle on the enemy. So for me, Split Arrow of Splitting is a much better clear skill than the normal Split Arrow. Okay, as you can see here from Tornado Shot of Cloudburst, it has 210% base effectiveness of added damage, and Puncture have 205. It also has slower attack speed. This is not relevant for snipe, but if you during early game, when you don't want to use it without snipe, because snipe feels really bad without attack speed. So during early game, this is also a much worse skill. The only good reason to play Puncture is because, number one, its base duration is higher, 8 seconds, and it has 100% chance to cause bleeding, and it has more damage with bleeding. Okay, we resolve this particular portion. Sorry, it's not that we resolve it. It's just that we don't really use this 100% chance to cause bleeding, because we want to play with Rupture, and Rupture, to inflict Rupture, we need to have the target to critical strike, to deal critical strike, but also to inflict bleeding on them. So we need to cap our chance to bleed anyway. So no point in using there's no benefit in this particular line. Okay, more damage with bleeding is great, but again, you need to resolve you need to how to say, you need to have one skill slot for projectile behavior to really to make it feel good during clear. And the base duration is actually something that Puncture has over Tornado Shot, but to be honest, I don't think it's really that necessary anyway. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to show you just a short mapping showcase, and I'll show you. Okay, number one, let's first show you how Split Arrow functions as a clear skill during normal mapping. I'm going to take out one of the DPS skill gem. Let's take just a normal city square. And okay, I also take out 3 of my support gems for the snipe skill. So we're only on a thrilling on a main skill and thrilling on our support skill. So because we're using Mana Forge arrow to trigger rain of arrows, each rain of arrows also will be able to inflict rupture, which greatly buffs the bleeding currently inflicted on enemy. And also we have a 50% chance to roll aggravate on that bleeding, so you'll be able to see how well the build scales with that. One shot, and it's on a Mirage Archer support, so Mirage Archer also helps clear with the attack clone. So I'm really just pressing normal split arrow right here, and the build also scales the divine up. That's nice. The build also scales the explosion from Hemophilia using the Light of Meaning, increased physical damage, and also these two, Disciple of Unyielding and Disciple of Solitaire. Those three nodes buffs the scales the physical explosion part of Hemophilia, and that is why you see how the build is really clearing mob packs really easily from the explosion. Okay, now we're at Drox Citadel, and just a heads up, we have Rupture support on two of our skill. One is Split Arrow linked with Mirage Archer, and another is on our Mana Forge setup with our Rain of Arrows. Okay, again, I'm running on my Tornado Shot on a Thrilling, and let's see if we can show how much the build dot DPS escalates when inflicted with Rupture and Aggravate.
I've killed countless thousands. What's one more?
Okay, let's charge. There, you see how much the... Okay, sorry, I moved my cursor just now. Let's do this again. There, you see, after I inflict bleeding with my Cloud Burst, the speed of the bleed moves even faster when I attack with my Split Arrow and my Rain of Arrows. So, well, it's not really on Drox, it's on his banner instead, but you can see how much the DPS is buffed from these two Rupture and Aggravate debuff on the bleeding enemy. Okay, well, even though it's not on Drox, but at least I've shown you guys how the bleed DPS is buff with all the status ailment. No, not status ailment. The debuff inflicted on the boss. Gonna do this again. So I'm going to charge to 7, and then just attack with my normal skill and Rain of Arrows. And the good thing about this build is that even though we reach dot cap, we're also using Slayer's 20% culling. So in a way, it buffs our DPS ceiling by this amount also, rather than just being stuck with our dot cap DPS dot cap. Okay, now I'm just going to cover a little bit on the gearing. Okay, so we have Relakash Impatience and Alicia's Delight, which is the main combo for Affliction Charge. If you don't know, here Affliction Charge gives you 8% more damage with ailment, so that includes bleed, and Normal Frenzy gives you 4% more damage. So using this combo allows you to have one single frenzy charge to give 12% more damage. And next is Hemophilia, because we want to improve our clear, so we use Hemophilia gloves. And the good thing about Hemophilia is because it's a cheap glove, so it's easy to get +1 number to maximum frenzy charge, which gives us a lot of DPS. And also from the Slayer, converts that maximum frenzy converts that +1 frenzy to +1 endurance charge as well. And our bow will be using high fist, high crit bow with as much critical strike multiplier as we can. And this one is DPS bow. Nothing really. We have some rules on spell suppression on our helmet and body chest to reach 100% spell suppression, including with the notes taken in our tree here, like invertebrate and entrench. And also the main I would say the most important unit of the build is this one, Angel's Harmony. This is actually one of my favorite unique. I played around with it since way back when, even before Perfect Agony was buffed, because I used to play like critical poison assassin. But I have to say, Perfect Agony is in a very good state right now, and I think it's a little bit even overpowered, even because the fact that we can reach dot cap with, I think inside POB, like I can reach dot cap with just 5 supported gem. If I really spec out into damage. That's why if you can see from the skill tree, I took some quality of life notes, like here adamant, and I'm planning to take graceful assault because I'm currently only level 95 with this build, almost 96 here. And oh yeah, maybe I'll cover a little bit on jewels. We have Light of Meaning with increased physical damage. This was quite expensive when I bought it. I'm not sure the price of it right now. Okay, it's now around 5 to 6 divine starting, so should be rather affordable. We have a natural instinct in this note right here. We have intuitive leap. This was quite cheap, so should be no issue. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, we have Watcher's Eye right here. So yeah, I have to say, if I want to say what's really expensive about this build, would be Ralakash's Impatience and this combination of jewels right here. But other than that, Hemophilia is not really expensive, and Angel's Harmony, yeah, you can say a decently rolled one is expensive, but you don't really need that high of a crit chance anyway, because I'm way past the 100% crit chance. Something I need to highlight, because Perfect Agony says non-critical strike cannot inflict ailment. I'm not exactly sure when you should transition to Perfect Agony when using this build, because you could say that during leveling, I have a rather smooth leveling experience with Hemophilia. It's just that I took like as much critical notes right here before I really transitioned to Perfect Agony. But I'm not sure how it's going to work if you take Perfect Agony at a low enough crit chance. And of course, you need Angel's Harmony first before you take Perfect Agony, naturally. So yeah, I have to say Perfect Agony turns this critical bleed bow build even better. And even though it's just my personal opinion, I think this is the best version of bleed bow that I have ever played, and probably have seen people play in POB. And I'll do as usual. I'll do a video showcase in the coming days, and hopefully a video guide by the end of within a week of this video being posted. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye.